So what we have here is we're going to be dealing with a race, and 10 people are going to run. A says, how many ways can all 10 of the finishers finish in the race? So you have to think through all 10 finishers. So we talked about this yesterday a little bit with the factorial, but you're going to have 10 blanks. So down below we have the 10 blanks here, and now we got 10 options for that first one. We got 9 options for the second, 8, and then 7, 6, so on and so forth. So now we're going to multiply all these numbers together, or you can multiply, remember, a 10 factorial, because a 10 factorial will be 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6, so on and so forth, which will get you 3,628,800 different options. So that's how many different ways the 10 runners could finish the race. Now we're going to look here at B, where it says how many ways can 3 of the runners finish first, second, and third. So what I want you to do is think about what that would mean, okay, and we will then place our runners the way that we want. So now instead of 10 all the way down to 1, we only want 3 of the runners finishing first, second, and third. So that means you got 1, 2, and 3 blanks. So it would be 10, 9, and 8 different options. So then that would be 720. Okay, so you can't use the factorial on that one, but on the next screen here we're going to talk about what that could be. So you still have 10 runners, but you're only taking a group of 3 of them. So then on the next screen we're going to talk about how that can work out for us. So now, like I said, we're going to talk about an equation that will allow us to be able to take our 10 runners and only take 3 of them at a time, and that's what this equation down here represents. N factorial divided by n minus r factorial, and what the n represents is the total number. Okay, so n is going to be your total, and then r is going to be your groupings. So in that last case, in that last race, we only had 3 people that we were taking control of. So then this would be like your number of participants. So that would be the number taken at a time. So n is your total number of runners. In that last case would be 10. R is the number taken at a time, so it would be 3. So then that's why you would have n factorial divided by, that would be 10 minus 3 factorial. So that would give you the same answer. Okay, so this example is you're burning a demo CD for your band. Your band has 12 songs stored on your computer. However, you want to put only 4 songs on the demo CD. In how many orders can you burn 4 of the 12 songs onto the CD? So 12 would be your N, that's your number of songs total. 4 is the number that you are taking at a time. So then what you would do is it would be 12 P4. Okay, so 12 at a time, and you're going to do 12 total and 4 at a time, and that's going to end up being 12 factorial divided by 12 minus 4 factorial, which will get you 12 factorial divided by 8 factorial. Okay, which then, now if you take a look at the multiplication here, this works out very nicely for us, and I'm going to erase and start over. So if you take a look, you have 12 factorial over 8 factorial. And what that will be is 12 times 11 times 10 factorial, or times 10 times 9 times 8 factorial divided by 8 factorial. And so then that will cancel with that. And so you have 12 times 11 times 10 times 9. Okay, so that's what the multiplication does here. So you're going to multiply those 4 values, and you're going to get your total number of values, which is total number of different CDs would be 11,880 different options. Okay, so now we're going to look at the types of permutations that have some repeating letters or repeating possibilities. And so If we talk about what we did yesterday, and that was the word sport, we were going to look for all the different arrangements of the letters in the word sport. And we had 5 factorial would be our answer. But now with I, we have some repeating letters. So with that, what's going to be happening is, as you can see, this possibility and this possibility are the exact same as long as they aren't color-coded. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of that possibility and taking out those duplicate values. So on the next screen here, we're going to show you the equation, but basically you have 6 different options here. And then down here, you actually only have 3. So what we did was we divided by 2 because E is used 2 times. So that's why you're dividing by 2 there. So as I said, here's the equation, and you're going to do n factorial, and then that's going to be all divided by the number of duplicates. So in that last case, where we had I, this here would be your 2 factorial, and then if there was another letter that was repeating, you would do another 2 factorial. If there was something that repeated 3 times, then this would be something like a 3 factorial. And so you would just keep dividing by the number of possibilities. So on the next screen, we'll talk about an example, and then I'll let you guys have some work time, and you're going to be nice and respectful to Mr. Johnson. Okay, so I'm going to show you one with Miami, and then I want you to try Tallahassee. Mr. Johnson is going to do me a huge favor and pause the video before I get to describing Tallahassee. So I want you to try it before I show you so that you get some practice. Okay, so Mr. Johnson, be ready. I'm going to do Miami first, and then you can do Tallahassee. So Miami is 5 letters, so you're going to do 5 factorial. And you're going to divide by the number of repeating parts. So you have an M and an M, so that's going to be 2 factorial. And then you have another repeating part, and that's the I, so that's going to be another 2 factorial. So then when you do this, make sure, when you type this into your calculator, that you are going to add these parentheses at the bottom, because you can't divide by 2 different things without putting those parentheses in there. So make sure that you have them. So your answer is going to end up being 30. So there's 30 different ways because of the duplicates that we have. So if you remember, 5 letters would have been 120, but because we divided by those different duplicate letters, you're left with only 30 as your option. So I want Mr. Johnson here to pause it for me, and then I will go on with Tallahassee. So now with Tallahassee, okay, we're going to look at all of our letters, and we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters, so that means you got 11 factorial. And we're going to divide it by the number of duplicates. So you got, looks like 3 A's, so that's going to be a 3 factorial. You got 2 L's, that's going to be a 2 factorial. Oops. You got 2 S's, so that's going to be another 2 factorial, and then you got 2 E's, that's going to be another factorial. And then 1 T and 1 H. So now you're going to make sure, once again, that you are, when you are dividing, make sure that you're putting parentheses around the outsides here before you set that equal. And then lastly, we're just going to take and calculate that. So we are left with 831,600. Okay, so that's how we're going to work it. So you learned about the NPR, the permutation, with taking a number of items at a time. But then we also talked about the duplicates. So now you'll have time to work on both your assignment from yesterday and from today. Please get to work right away. Mr. Johnson is here because he just loves you all so very much and wanted to be with you again. So please show him your utmost respect and enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow or Thursday.